Brad, your thoughts on the game?
It's probably a broken record what I tell you. Last week, the week before, very similar. We get out, and it wasn't that I didn't like our first. A couple go in the back of the net. We give up 2 chances in the first, 3 chances, 2 go in the back of the net. We had ours and missed, and then in the third period or in the second, we drew a couple power plays. Obviously, our power play got reps tonight, but they get reps by moving their feet, and we're able to capitalize on a couple opportunities around the net front. And I couldn't tell you what happened in overtime. I didn't see the goal.
You mentioned the power play. That's the 4th best penalty killing unit in the league over there against Green Bay. 3 for 10 on the power play. Like you said, was it as simple as sticks and bodies to the net, because you're like right in the middle, lower of the pack when it comes to power play this year?
Yeah, I think the big thing we talk about is just trying to deliver a little bit more with a little more frequency. And when you do that, it can't be one and done. You need to get on retrieval. You need to get a body on it. And I thought, Jan Kern he pays the dividend tonight, getting a loose puck, and he's usually the guy that's you don't talk about. He's usually the guy that is doing the hard work down in the corner. And I think a lot of that tonight, there was a lot of guys different doing it, and that was something we talked about this week. Not specific to power play, but to us to be successful, we really need to be good on those 50-50 pucks. And I thought tonight, as the game went, we got better at it.
Matt Cassidy, a couple of nice goals for you as well. Matt Cassidy really stepped up his play here in the last couple of weeks. What have you thought about Matt's game lately?
Yeah, he's been consistent all year. He's a driving force. He plays hard. He's consistently in on the forecheck. Without the puck, he hunts it down. He skates so well. So he's going to have impacts. And I couldn't tell you how he gets 2 tonight. Yes, but that's not always an indication on how good the player's doing for you or how many hard minutes he's playing. I know I referenced Josh DeLuca last week. Guys like that, sometimes they don't show up on the score sheet, and sometimes when they have their best game, they don't show up on the score sheet. And that was, I'm glad those guys get credit for what they deserve, and they get a couple in the back of the net today.
5-on-3 looked a lot better tonight, a lot better puck movement and body movement. What did you think about your 2-man advantage tonight?
Yeah, and like I said, Nick does such a good job with those guys as far as putting them into situations where they know how to execute, and when they get the opportunity, they're able to do that. And they work so hard at it the past few weeks. It's good for them to get not only the reps but to get execution on them.
That 5-forward power play has been getting a lot more time. Is that something we're going to see as the season goes on?
It's kind of dependent. Tonight, I think they saw a couple reps. We had coincidentals in the box, or one of the defensemen we used was in the box. The 5-on-3, that's a little bit of a set. It's probably more frequent. You'll see it on a 5-on-3 versus 5-on-4. But we also put guys into different situations because I think it's good for their overall game, and it's good for learning different situations. You need that flexibility to be able to put guys in and up. You've seen, Borshaw's played forward a couple times on the power play. You've seen different. Dobé was actually a forward today on the power play, so different looks like that.
Guys have been able to dig themselves out of a couple of holes the past month. What's that say about them?
You're never out of a game, I guess. At the same time, I'd like to be on the other side of that and getting a little bit more experience and comfort with being up 2 or 3. I think anybody would say that, but this group, I know they got together last night and watched a little something that kind of set the mood for the players, and as far as just identity, and really lived up to it today. He could have shown up and 2 go in the back of the net pretty quick, and it's a little bit of an energy suck, but the guys stuck with it, and there wasn't any quit, and those are the things you want to see.
Over 20 games in the league now for Georgi Merkulov, averaging over a point per game. Have we found out how good this kid is yet?
No.
All right.
No, he's been awesome. He's my comparable to Georgi. He's eerily similar to what we had Sam Annis 6-7 years ago. He's so cerebral. He finds guys that no one else does, and it seems like he gets a little bit more comfort each game. And there's a couple times each game that everyone on the bench is, wow, did we just see that? And he's a special talent.